York Community Foundation Black Equity and Excellence Fund networking event. And with me is Melanie.
How are you?
I'm doing amazing, and I cannot, it is surreal in a way to see you here in the position that you are in.
Yes, and it feels surreal.
Yeah, okay.
But it feels great.
Yes, just like you said, it feels like coming home.
It's coming home.
Yeah.
I have come home, and I love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
And you have been here, you have been involved in the Community Foundation in a number of ways, right? And one of them was being advisor and council member, right?
I was actually on the board.
On the board.
I served on the board and then became the chair of the board as well.
Okay, and
Yeah.
how does it feel now, being on this position, compared to?
It's a full circle moment.
Yeah.
It's a full circle moment. So when you are a board member, you lean in as a fiduciary. Mm-hmm. You are focused on, is the organization appropriately running, and ensuring that the organization is meeting the mission and the needs of the people that they serve. As the CEO, I worry about being the fiduciary responsibilities of the organization. I worry about our donors.
Yeah.
I worry about our community. Mm-hmm. And of course, I worry about the staff. You think about it all.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you I would have it no other way.
Yeah.
I love thinking about this organization and this community.
Yeah, and now, right, the position that you're in and all of that, you're in a position to make decisions that directly impact right away. All of those.
Right.
Right?
All of them. All of them. You know, when I think about it, it feels like, all right, the buck stops with me, but I would have it no other way.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Accountability for the organization, the accountability for how we manage what we do and how we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I believe in the work and the people.
Oh, hey, yes. So with all of that and all those responsibilities, what can we expect to see coming from you in your decisions in the following years for the Excellence Fund, for the Black Equity and Excellence Fund?
So we'll have some more exciting announcements that will come later on tonight.
So stay tuned.
So stay tuned. It's going to be tremendous, and it will amplify our commitment to this community and our commitment to this work. Mm-hmm. We started this work in earnest 5 years ago, and the work continues because the work is necessary.
Right. Yeah.
So what can you expect? Mm-hmm. You can just expect more presence, more engagement, and just an overwhelming commitment to collaborate and partner with this community, this region.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, all right, so your first event, right? Your first event for the BE&E, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean,
I'm loving it. The people, the vibe. I love our vendors.
Yes. Yeah. The food looks really good.
The food is a motherload. Yeah. It's just tremendous.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's about the vibe and the spirit in the room.
Yeah.
It is about the vibe and the spirit. It's about creating community. It's about having courageous conversations. It's about imagining the future and what we're going to do together. So I am in love with everything about tonight.
I love it. And stay tuned, because I want to hear what you have to say about the
Stay tuned.
Right, coming up, fam. So
Stay
thank
tuned.
you. Yeah, thank you so much, Melanie. We will see you around. We will see you talking about that.
That's right.
Is there anything else that you would like to say to your first event, to our virtual viewers?
So, to our virtual viewers, I want everyone to understand and hear that there's a space and a place for you, this is your community foundation. It is here for everyone. And I want you to feel that, sense that, see that, and get involved with it. Because this is your community foundation.
That is true. Your community foundation. And we're going to talk about donors. We're going to hear about them. We're going to hear about their reflections.
Yep.
What would you like to say to potential donors who are looking into the fund to learn more about it?
Sure. I mean, when we think about donors, donors come. What we try to do with donors is help them understand, not help them understand, help give them vehicles to maximize their philanthropic ambitions. What's important to you? We need you to come and support those things and those priorities that are driving impact because they are addressing some of the region's most critical and dire issues. So donors, fund holders, whether you are interested in supporting something today or you're thinking about legacy planning, how do you want to leave your mark on the world? We will help you with that. And I'm talking to the everyday donor. People have asked me, do you need to be a millionaire to? Absolutely not.
Right.
Everyone has an opportunity to lean in. Everyone, whether it's $10 or $10 million or $100 million, every ounce of it helps drive impact.
And it's also the feeling that comes with it, right?
Sure.
Because it's similar to volunteering. When you volunteer, you have this, oh my gosh, right?
I helped create a change. I threw that pebble in the water and I watched the ripples. That's what giving feels like. And everyone is respected as a giver. And that's important.
That's very important. Melanie, thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna. Yes.
All right, stay tuned, and we'll be right back with Darrell Buckingham. Mr. Rob Buckingham. Well, hello.
Hello.
Welcome back another year.
Yeah, third year of this event, so we're excited.
Yeah, I mean, usually excited. In 2020, let's talk about the attendance in 2020, Terrell, right? Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's when it all started, right? That's when it all started. And so we're excited that, we're able to do some intentional and strategic work around funding Black-led and Black-serving nonprofits in the community.
Yeah. And then so look at the attendance. Let's do this.
Little shot.
All right.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
So is this an indication of the amount of applications and donations that are coming in?
Well, I will say this. We had a record number of applications that came in this year, 65 applications for BE&E.
Oh, wow.
Wow and whoa. Wow and whoa, because, that's a lot to review.
Yeah.
But we are excited that, number one, that there is a need and that we can play a small part in helping to fulfill that need.
Yeah. So what is the increase? What has been the increase? So 65 this year, like what over?
I think last year was around 50 or so.
Wow.
Right. And so we hit 60 my first year on this fund. But just seeing how it has grown, how the interest has grown, more creative projects. We're excited to just do our part, man, to make things happen for folks.
Yeah. So let's talk about trends.
Okay.
What trends have you seen in the amount of applications and in the needs in the community?
Again, I think there's way more creative projects. Folks are really thinking about ways that they can create impact. One of the other trends I think I've noticed, or the team has also noticed, is that there seems to be more collaboration of projects, which is what we encourage, right? We want to see nonprofits grassroots organizations willing to leverage their power, their great minds, and the work that they've been doing, and really make things happen. So that's it's exciting, but that is one of the trends I think that I personally have enjoyed seeing happen.
Yeah, and it's great, like you just mentioned, because collaboration, we're able to give more.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's power in that, especially for Black people, right? It is no, mystery, right? That we're kind of struggling here locally, right? In many categories. And so being able to see someone who looks like you, who may share the same experiences or have been dealing with some of the same issues, coming together and saying, hey, we can really create greater impact if we work together instead of working in silos. And so, again, we encourage that. It doesn't always work out right? Everybody can't work with everybody. But to see that happen is really cool.
Yeah. So I have one question for you that I was like, okay, I got to see this. So what criteria do you use to identify and support projects with the most potential for transformative impact?
So what we look for, a few of the things we look for, number one is the project charitable, right? As a community foundation, what we fund are charitable projects. So it's very important that your project be charitable. It could be a great idea, that's cool, but how does the community win, right? How does the community gain impact from the project that you have going on?
Okay.
That's number one. We do also consider whether or not you are collaborating with other folks. Again, we don't hang strongly on that, but that is something we recognize. And collaboration can look like a lot of different things. It doesn't mean that you've partnered up with somebody, but just knowing that you're having conversations and you're checking to see, well, who else is doing this work, right? Are there other funding sources that you might have, right? That's something we look at as well.
Right, true,
Yeah, and the cool thing is, a lot of times, organizations or folks with great ideas and that have projects will come to us mostly because they don't have other funding sources, right? We recognize that that's, I think, a special space for BE&E, is that we are very strategic around funding those that haven't normally been funded before, right? Not just with Central New York Community Foundation, but just in general, man. And so we do pride ourselves in lifting up those that don't normally get that shine. And so we try to illuminate.
Yeah, and illuminating you are, because look at this room.
Yes, it is quite bright. Yes, it is illuminating. Indeed.
Not only in color, but
Yeah.
like yellow, greens. I mean, all of this
That's
is
beautiful.
right, putting energy.
This
right?
is indeed the essence of Black excellence that's happening in this space right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
So let's talk real quick about the application process.
Sure.
For those who are not familiar with it. So typically it opens when is the application?
Our application usually opens up the first week in May. This year, we hosted our annual information session. And the application actually opened the same day as our information session, right? We usually do a 1-hour info session virtually, just to kind of let folks what to look for, what we're looking for, what makes a strong project, answer any questions. And we try to get that right out the gate from the very beginning.
Yeah.
But this year it opened up first week in May. That's usually our timeline. The application is usually open for about 2 months, and then it closes out. I will share with you all. Now, again, the application's open for 2 months, and we got a lot of applications that came in the last 2 days toward the deadline. And so, that too, Anna, is a trend that we want to change that trend, though. So you all, I say that jokingly, right? But in all seriousness, if you ever need to have conversation about your project, if you're ever not sure about something and you just want to get a heads up on what it is we're looking for or what you can do differently, we are here to have those pre-conversations to really help you get that application in a little earlier, right? So,
There we
tip
go.
of the day. Tip of the day.
Tip of the day, and a trend not to follow.
Absolutely, yes.
Anything else that you would like to share? I know that there will be some great information shared later in the
Yes.
program, which you will be able to hear. But is there anything else that you can share with the live viewers about the fund or what's coming up?
So, there's a lot of great things I think I could share, but I would say that the most important thing is we want to make sure that we're developing a pipeline to fund ourselves, right? This is a community foundation. There was about $1 million initially to start to help this funding source, right? And so we want to also encourage folks that this is a fund that you can also be philanthropic about, right? Right? So we are funding Black serving and Black led organizations, but we also want to do so by using Black dollars, right? We want to take care of ourselves, right? We don't want to be so dependent on all of the other donors and other ways of bringing in money. So we want folks to understand that no matter how much money you have, who you are, where you are, philanthropy looks like a lot of different things in a lot of different ways. And it doesn't always mean money, right? But in this case, I do want you to know that you can donate to the Black Equity and Excellence Fund. You can help us make this fund endowed, right? And the simplest way to say it is that when a fund is endowed, it is a long-term investment, right? And our fund is not yet endowed.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
And so we are looking to make sure that happens very soon, so that we feel a little more comfortable about the work we do. Because am I sweating? Because brother's glistening over here. And so I do want to make sure that we're not on pins and needles, that we're very comfortably doing the good work that needs to be done. And so that starts with whether it's $50, $5, whatever it is, to our endowment would be a great look. And appreciate it.
Right, and how beautiful would that be knowing that those were Black dollars coming in too?
That's it. And knowing that you had something to do with that, right? When you see these projects or it makes the news. And so, we can do that.
We can.
Right?
We can.
We historically have been very philanthropic, right?
Yes.
Whether it's in our churches, right? Whether it's with our time and with our talent, but we can also use our treasure to make things happen.
Yes, that's a nice closing there, Darrell. That was amazing. So, folks, stay tuned. Thank you so much, Darrell.
Thank you.
You're going to see Darrell speaking shortly, but now we'll be right back with Kiana Williams. And we are back with Kiana Williams. And Kiana, hello.
Hello, Anna.
So Darrell and I were talking about how amazing this room looks tonight.
Seriously,
right?
it's jam-packed from wall to wall.
And typically, some people go outside, and there's nobody outside.
No.
Everybody's in here.
This is where it's going. This is what is popping in here.
Exactly. This is it. So this is so great. And you know what's great also? That this is the third year.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And when the first year that we did this, and I met you, you were just hired.
Yes.
Right?
I was a newbie.
and you get assigned the project, the community project of Let's Save CNY.
Yes, the participatory budgeting project to increase lead testing for kids. Yeah, it actually culminated in a documentary that we're going to be premiering September 6th at the Everson Plaza. Just shameless plug.
No, we have a video to show.
Awesome. Free family event. Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So it's a free family event.
Yes.
And it's going to be at the Everson.
Yes, on the plaza.
Yeah, and there's a registration.
Yes, and you get the free food coupon for the food trucks. That's $10, and there'll be some yummy food trucks there. There'll be some pre-film activities, but most importantly, to spread the awareness around preventing lead and how to get help if you think you might be an affected family.
Yeah, and again, like we were talking about at the participatory meeting about, people think that that's not something that happens now because we're in 2024.
Right. It still happens. Syracuse has old housing stock. Unfortunately, we have the distinction of dealing with a high concentration of poverty, which also makes it very difficult for families to move into safer housing. And so one of the things I'm excited about here in Syracuse is that we have an opportunity to create more safe, healthy housing, affordable housing for our families, and to start moving in a better direction. There's no reason why lead poisoning should be happening at this point.
Exactly. And with you and the community engagement you have been doing, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's been a lot of work, but you have been energized through the entire project.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of great people that work with me to make this happen. And so it really rests on them. I just kind of get out there and be the cheerleader, like, listen, we got to do this. You're the expert, but tell me how I can help.
And then speaking of helping, like how have you noticed the difference of, in 3 years of the program? What has been?
Oh, wow. There's been more collaborations among nonprofit partners. For example, the winners of the PB project, Sankofa Healing Center, have partnered with Onondaga County Lead Department. They've been doing workshops together on their Wellness Wednesdays. They're always there. They are going to be testing next week with the lead van out by Cafe Sankofa in the Sankofa district on the south side. So there's a lot of good stuff happening, more partnerships between a lot of different organizations to work to get rid of this lead problem.
Yeah, this is amazing because it's like if you think about it, 3 years ago, this wasn't here.
No, it was the partnerships I think that needed to happen because a lot of people were doing the work, but in silos. And you can't achieve anything by yourself. You need your community behind you.
Yeah, and it seems that is the trend because Terrell just mentioned that collaboration is more things get done when you collaborate.
Absolutely. Yes, it's important. We don't live on an island by ourselves, right? If we want good things to happen for our community, we got to come together. We have to come together.
Yes. And how can people get involved? Say they are listening to it and say, I would like to get involved. I would like to collaborate. I would like to be one of those.
I'm so glad you asked that question because we always need people to join the committees of the Lead Safe CNY Coalition. We have the Affected Families Committee, the Education Committee, the Data Committee, so many different committees to get to become a part of. And it's really easy. You just can go to the website, submit your request to join in any of the committees that appeals to you, be a part of that work. You can contact Families for Lead Freedom Now. They're always looking for more people to be a part and to help and support what they're doing. There's a new group led by Miss Darlene Medley, which is uniquely free to be lead free. And she's created the first lead safe house for families, so they have a holding space while they're waiting for their space to be remediated. She's one of the first to do that here, and I'm hoping more people see that example.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. If you want to participate, if you want to get involved and make an impact in the community, and this is a huge impact.
Yes.
This is life and death.
Yes, absolutely. Metals in the body, there's no safe level. And when you're a child, it's a higher concentration, so it impacts your neural development, it impacts everything. So if we can keep more children safe so that they have the best opportunities, our community is going to flourish and prosper. But we have to lay the groundwork. We have to do that for them. They're counting on us.
Yes. And we're here for them.
Yes.
We're all here for them. Anything else that you would like to say about whether
Oh my God. So Black Equity and Excellence has grown leaps and bounds, but we need to continue our fund, and we're just hoping more people within our community wants to contribute to that fund, make it grow, because it's going to help our community do great things.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Anna. It's always good to see you.
Good to see you. All right, we will be right back. Hello, and we're back with Jayla Saraj. Jayla, welcome to the Black Excellence. Oh my gosh, this event, right? You have been to this event before.
I have been before.
And look at this now.
This is extraordinary. I have never seen this many people in this space. This is absolutely phenomenal, the turnout that we've had this evening.
Exactly, right? So now this is your first year, so congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Right, so this is the first year. So let's talk about your position in the board. What are you going to be, what are you most excited about?
What I'm most excited about is being in the room with other people who are really about looking at these grants and thinking about how are we in service to community and how are these people who are applying in service to community. I really love that this is grassroots. It's about people who understand, who are rooted in looking towards what can we do for community.
Yes, and you are an incredible resource to have in that room.
I appreciate it.
Incredible resource because you are so involved in the community, and you yourself are doing a lot of great things, right, to help all of us with everything that you're doing.
I'm trying.
And so being in the room, and being able to look and say, okay, this will make a great impact, and then see it grow.
Well, I think it's wonderful. What I think is really, really key is that we are in a time, we're in a pivotal moment in our national discourse about supporting Black people, supporting Black community.
Yeah.
And I really like that this organization, that CNYCF, has leaned into understanding that there's a lot of different systemic issues that still impact Black and brown people.
Yes.
And so making sure that we are still really leaning into making sure that we're thinking about those disparities and how can we solve them? How can we think about strategies to solve those different issues?
That is right. So stay tuned, fam, because listen, she's going to be reviewing the applications, right? So all the applications are coming next year, right? Because the application opens up in May.
It does, yes. But we are right actually on this Monday. We'll be sitting together and we're going to be looking at this round of applicants. And
I see. Okay.
And we have a lot of people who have put in a lot of effort, and I'm so proud to see the people who are again thinking about how can they be in service and bring their skills, their passion to being in service to the people here in Syracuse, New York.
Yeah. I heard it was 65 applicants.
I know. I'm reading them. I know. I'm aware. I'm fully aware.
So you're like, oh my gosh, this is it.
Yeah.
So what else did you have to? Can you speak to those who would like to apply for next year, and what kind of things should they be prepared for when they apply in May for the next round?
I think what's really important is, again, looking out into community and thinking about what they have to offer, right? Everyone, I think, has something special to offer. And so I think really honing in on how can I put in this application what my skills are, who I'm in service to, and also think about potential partnerships, right? I think sometimes that's what's lacking in applications is this kind of desire to do it by yourself. But I think there's power in looking out and saying who else is in this same sector and how can we come together to make this a really strong application.
I agree. And that has been the theme throughout all the Darrell and Kiana and now you.
Oh, good. I'm right on task.
You're right on task.
Good.
So that has been the theme. So there we go. Working in collaboration because together we can do more.
Yes, we can.
Right?
Yes.
So this is it. We're so excited to have you, Chayla. And the program is about to start pretty soon. So it starts in 5 minutes. Okay. You have a great program coming up. We're going to be hearing from Melanie. We're going to be hearing from Darrell, from grantees, from donors. And we have a dance performance as well.
There's dance?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was dance.
There's a dance going on, so we're so excited about it. So before we sign off, is there anything else that you would like to share about what you're looking forward to?
What I would just say is that for those who the awardees are announced, and when they're announced, I'd encourage you to go out and support these organizations. I think so often we're in the room, we're signing off on giving these dollars, but I think the other part is making sure that we actually show up. That means butts and seats. That means actually going and applauding and showing up for those people who are doing these great things.
Oh my gosh, for real. That was great. Yes, that is true. That is true. That is true. That's where the collaboration starts and begins and all of that. Yes, oh my gosh. Energizing here, energizing. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
All right.
can, as the program is going on, help yourself. Continue to have small bites and drinks. Don't let the program stop you from moving and networking and creating community. All right? Again, my name is Darrell Buckingham. I'm the program officer here for the Central New York Community Foundation. Much of my work is centered around strategic initiatives here, led our Black Equity and Excellence Fund, of course, and literacy. So, without any further ado, what I'd like to do is introduce to some of you, but many of you already know, the hostess with the mostest, the boss who calls the shots. Yes. Our CNYCF CEO, Melanie Littlejohn.
So this ballroom right here is amazing. And it's amazing because of the people and the spirit and the energy within it. You know, 6 months ago, I decided to come back home. 6 months ago, I decided that I needed to find the space and the place where I needed to recommit my energy. And so y'all, I am home, and thank you for all of the love and support that you have already shown me, and a huge, and I have to first give a huge shout out to Team CNY. Yeah. And where's Doratu? Where is she? I know she's in the room. She started today. And I know there are probably others at Devana. There's Devana. Devana, don't hide. You got too much glow and shine around you to hide. And the reason why I just call Devana out, because it's indicative of this fund. We can't hide the power of what happens through this work of Black excellence and equity. We cannot hide that the power of what's happening is impactful. And this is just the beginning of this work. And we will and have leaned into every ounce of equity, and we will continue to do it because we know when we highlight and celebrate all that's good and take hard looks at those things that we need to address and change. I just saw Kiana. Kiana. About gratitude and making sure that you say thank you. So that's what this fund is about. Someone had asked me recently, well, Melanie, why do you think you still need it? Or why do you? I said, well, the data says there are things that we need to address that are specific and clearly outlined related to the Black and African American communities. There are also things that the data says that are clearly outlined and impactful to the Latino community. The data says there are things that are clearly articulated and outlined that are important to our Native and Indigenous brothers and sisters. The data also says that there are things that are clearly articulated and things that we need to focus on for our LGBTQIA+ brothers and sisters. So your foundation, and yes, I was very intentional in saying your foundation. This is your foundation. That we will lean in. We will lean in ways that This staff has begun this work. We know that there is so much to do tonight. We are celebrating the Black Excellence in Equity Fund. We are also beginning to have those conversations around the importance of philanthropy and how everyone in this room represents philanthropy. Someone asked me, Melanie, do you need to be a millionaire to be a philanthropist? And the answer is no. If you have $5 in your pocket and you are willing to share it on behalf of this community or on behalf of those things that are driving impact, you too are a philanthropist. We are breaking down those barriers. We are breaking down the perceptions of what philanthropy looks like. We are also honoring and celebrating the men and the women and the families who have given to this organization. But I want you all to begin to lean into your philanthropic ambitions. I want to celebrate and recognize all of you for the work that you're doing to support and change this community, one person at a time. I also want to say a huge shout out to our Council of Advisors for our Black Excellence and Equity Fund. Can y'all just wave? We're going to hear more from them tonight. But before I turn the microphone back over to Darrell, who leads this work on our behalf, and I got to tell you, I'm thankful. How along the team put this initiative on the map, and guess what? It's going to stay on the map. And it's going to stay on the map because the foundation is committing another $1 million to this. So stay tuned. More to come. But I need you. This community needs you. And we are going to put up, you see that QR code? All of you are philanthropists. Whether you have $5 or you have $10 million, it all matters. You matter. Your voice matters. Let's show this community what philanthropy really looks like. Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. We can always use that $1 million. Yes, indeedy. So folks, I won't talk too much because we've got a lot of great speakers that will be talking this evening, and so I'll try to be short. And I've got my notes to keep me on task because if any of you know me, a brother can go at it. So. I really just want to do a quick vibe check. Everybody good? Everybody all right? You're looking good. You know, the colors are popping in here, you know. The melanin is popping and all that. Yeah, y'all look good, man. Now, has everybody figured out, I'm sure folks in this room are all good. We're doing the vibe check. Now, everybody can say the vice president's name correctly? Yes? Yes, y'all been watching TV? Y'all, right? Right, okay, just... We got to vibe check sometimes. We got to make sure we got the right folk in the space, right? Okay. Again, just because we're having this little quick program, you all feel free to mosey about, help yourself to the food and the drinks, right? We family, all right? Go ahead. How you do at the family cookout, right? Go ahead, help yourself, all right?
We do have to-go containers, too.
Yeah, see? Indicative of a good cookout, all right? The to-go plate. So I won't give a lot of historical context. Most of you have heard some of how we got started. What I will share is that the Black Equity and Excellence Fund really started in 2020, right? It was born out of the death of George Floyd, right? And so many organizations around the country were trying to figure out how they could be more intentional. What's this equity thing all about, and how can we get on it, right? And so this was our small part of being more intentional around funding Black-led and Black-serving organizations. And in doing that, I do want to make sure I just share with you all the mission of BE&E. Again, I'm not going to go into great context about the history, but we're here. And as Melody just talked about, we're looking forward. We're thinking about the future of this fund and how it might be endowed and keep this thing around to make continuous impact, right? And so the mission of BE&E is to promote and to encourage self-sufficiency in the Black community. It's also to improve the physical and economic conditions that affect one's quality of life. It is also used to encourage dialogue and to strengthen race-related matters to support social and educational growth within the Black community. This fund also is really here to financially encourage development of activities that will benefit all folks in the Central New York community. That is our mission. That is what BE&E is all about, all right? So it is appropriate that we are here all today in community. We are celebrating the Black Equity Excellence Fund, but we are also celebrating on the 16th day of August, Black Philanthropy Month. Yes, this is also Black Business Month, all right? And this just also happens to be Black August, right? Which is the commemoration of the resistance of Black people globally, right? And so when people say blackity black black, that's what it is. That's what they meant. So again, I'll try to be short, but I do want to make sure I get the thank yous in, right? The folks that really helped make this evening a success. And looking at the thank you list, I noticed there was a lot of Black girl magic happening on the list. Yeah, give it up for the sisters. I just happened to notice that. I was like, wow, was that on purpose? I don't even know how that happened, but I'm happy it did. And of course, you know, Melody personifies Black woman magic, right? But I want to give special thanks to the Central New York Community Foundation staff, right? There's so many folks that make the work that we do possible. I certainly want to give special shout outs to the team that helped pull this event together. Kiana Williams, Davonna Lawrence, Kanisha Miller, Corey Shad. Hey, this is my guy right here. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Yeah, please. Yeah, Corey makes it happen. I just make it look good. Just joking, folks. But certainly, last but not least, Melanie sat in on these meetings and helped impart her knowledge on what would be a good look and a good idea for this work as well. Are y'all keeping track of how many times I kiss up to Melanie? Also want to give a special thanks to our board of directors, of course, our leadership team here at the foundation. These are folks that often have to make very difficult decisions on behalf of our organization, so shout out to those folks. Yes. Another shout out to, of course, and Melanie already shouted them out, but we're going to give them another shout out, our Black Equity and Excellence Advisory Council, right? Those are the folks that also make very difficult decisions around funding. Council members, where y'all at? Raise your hands. Yeah, once again. And I do want to make sure I give a special shout out to Bishop Ronald Dewberry, who you will hear from momentarily over here in the cuts. And Shayla Surratt, who's new to the council, but
Yeah. We appreciate you all. Certainly, we want to give a huge shout out to our donors, right? Those that have been donating this fund, keeping this thing moving. Yes, you are certainly not forgotten. And one of our special donors, my brother Mark Hall over here, who you'll also hear from him pretty shortly. Mark is not just a donor, but he's also a board member, so double shouts out on that. Big ups to my brother Hassan Stevens from the Good Life Youth Foundation. Another shout out to Eden Strawn, who is with the Black Girls Will Get Love. The two of them will also be talking shortly, so they're like, as soon as you get done, Darrell. And really quickly, I'll move right through. Dominique Dawkins of Dominique Dance Creations, they are here, and you will certainly see them in a moment. Ashley Homer of Mother Lode, who did the thing. Yes. Sean McCoy, who's in the back in the cuts, providing the spirits and all the good drinks. She's with the communion. If you have not gone over and checked that out, please do so. Anna Gill and Fulgence Henry with Officially Unofficial doing the live stream of this event this evening. Liza Simony, who's looking like CNYCF this evening. She is with Legendary Soul Photography, so please get with her for your next event. Jontia Grady, who did an excellent job with the decor, tablecloths and such, the flower arrangements. She is with Pretty in Pink, planning and decor. Also, we have Yolanda Johnson, who's out here. She might have taken off already, but big shout out to Yolanda. Yolanda did a special candle for this evening, the Black Equity and Excellence candle, a beautiful scent, right? So get your scent if you have not done so, your candle rather. There we go, yeah. There go magic. And is that how y'all say it? Yeah. So certainly Yolanda Johnson did a great job from Coco Candles Bar. Do stop by that as well. If you can see on those candles, there is a QR code, so scan before you scram, okay? And lastly, certainly but not least, Syracuse Poster Project. All right, Syracuse Poster Project, give a big up to them. And so next, folks, I hope that you will all enjoy a little bit of entertainment. We like to infuse a little entertainment into our evening. And so what we have coming up next is Dominique's Dance Creation. They're going to do a number for us. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this looks like, because I'm a recovering dancer myself. So y'all ready? All right, let's do the thing. Give it up, Dominique's Dance Creation. You all, if you could just move this way just a bit. We want to give these dancers some space so they can do their thing. Nobody getting hurt. I want a battle to break out. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, yes.
There it is.
Don't forget that. And your attention real quick. Thank you. So as you can see, we're experiencing some technical difficulties, but I recognize that I missed some thank yous and some shout outs. So while they're working through that, I will make sure I go ahead and squeeze this in because I did not mention all of our Black Equity and Excellence Advisory Council members, right? I want to make sure that I do that. And so Minister Mark Muhammad, as I mentioned earlier, Bishop Ronald Dewberry, Jalen Clifford, also want to shout out Calvin Corridors Jr. We have Nakia Hill, she's in the back over there. Michelle Brooke Rowland. Shawnee Davis. Chris Montgomery. Christopher. He doesn't like Christopher Montgomery. He checked me about that. Then Shayla Sharad. Latoya Allen, and my good brother Ricky Brown, also back in the tech. If you all would please join me for a quick moment of silence for Latoya Allen's mom, who passed away recently. So if you would please just give us a moment of silence in honor of her wonderful life. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes! Yes!
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dominique's dance creation. Yes, that was great. I love that. That was. All right, folks. Have your attention. Have your attention. We're not done yet. Have your attention. That was Dominique's dance creation, and y'all was beat making creation. I appreciate that. Yeah. Now I don't know if y'all know. All right, hold up. I'll give y'all a moment. That was exciting. I know. I'm gonna give y'all a moment. We want to work through the program, folks. Is it the podium? Is that the problem? Have your attention, please. Have your attention, please. Settle down. Settle down.
You got the floor.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we're going to move the program along. All right. So I know you all got excited about making the beat and all that. Let's just take it down now. Bring it on back. Thank you for helping them out with that. I really appreciate it. Give yourself a hand. Yes. Now, believe it or not, we were going to have for dance entertainment the lady from Australia do the break dance. So if you just give me a moment, I want to introduce our next speaker. This brother, of course, this is his last year on the Advisory Council, and we've been excited to have him for 4 years. Doesn't really need much of an introduction. My main man, Mr. Ronald Dewberry.
Okay, I won't take up too much of your time. First of all, I just want to say thanks to Mel or Darrell or Kiana or whoever it was that did the wonderful airbrushing on the on the storyline that was told about Black Philanthropy Month. When I started, my affiliation with the Community Foundation started a couple of years ago. Back in the days when there was a foundation, this foundation only had about $80 million. It has certainly far surpassed that down through the years and things like that. I think that I was on the board back when Peggy Ogden was the board president and served 6 years. And then later on I was asked to serve on this committee here, the Community Engagement Committee. I mean, not the community engagement. I got too many committees in my mind. Okay, not the community. I am on that, but not this. The Black Equity Committee, and I was on it from the very start. When I look at everybody in this room and I see all the wonderful talent that is here, many of you represent organizations and businesses, and you might be applying for funding through this grant. And I know that it's making a difference. It's made a difference in my life and my programming that I do to my not-for-profit. I know that it's helped so many people in our community. So I want to just encourage you with that, because as I see, this city changing, it's interesting that we're talking about Black equity and excellence. And this year I'm doing my last summit, my last minority business summit, which has been the largest minority business summit in Central New York for the past 7 years. Our field has been focused on financial literacy, so it's called the Wealth Summit. It parallels with this because we really have to work collaboratively in terms of raising the consciousness of the importance of supporting, programs, funding sources like this in order to help lift up our community. If you read the narrative that was stated by me that the foundation posted on social media, I said that for me, my introductory to philanthropy began in the Black church. It started out with our pastor teaching us about tithes and offerings, and then there was another fund that was entitled, and many people don't even refer to it today as Benevolent Fund. The Benevolent Fund was always set aside to help those persons that have the greatest need, whether they be members in our church or persons outside of that church. That never left me. In fact, I started an endowment in my church, 2 years ago with $10,000. And I want to encourage other church leaders to do the same and to utilize this agency and the great work that it is doing to help, address a lot of the needs that we have in the community. Now, if you want to blame anybody, if you were one that submitted a proposal for funding and it didn't go through, blame Gorilla. That's who you call for all your complaints. But even as I look at all the different proposals that are submitted, I see such a wide range. It really says that this community is really growing. We have a lot of creativity here, and I'm just thankful, that we have a fund that is, that's established here that helps to, fund, programs, ideals that many of you have. So just keep up the good work. Thank you for allowing me to have this short time. I'm sorry, I got to really run. I do a summer literacy program. Today is the finale, and I'm here because I wanted to be here, but I need to be there too. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bishop. Appreciate that. Just want to also shout out, we have 2 elected officials in the House, Rita Paniagua and, yes, Nodicia Hernandez. Please give it up for them. We want to acknowledge our folks doing good work over here. Next, without any further ado, I do want to bring to the microphone good brother again. I mentioned earlier, he is a board member, but he is also a very philanthropic and has donated to this fund, and we certainly appreciate him, Mr. Mark Hall.
They only gave me 3 hours. So. All right. So just quickly, when about about 30 years ago, Carla and I, my wife Carla, who's from Chicago, we decided to start the Pop Warner football and cheerleading down at Kirk Park. But we also decided that it needed to be more than just football and cheerleading. So we had a mandatory tutoring program, and there's just a lot that we did. And similar to Bishop Dewberry, you know, we both were raised in the church, even though she was from Chicago and I was here from Syracuse. And so the importance of giving was just within our blood. And so when we started Kirk Park, that was the reason why we did that, because we saw that there was a need. And one of the first things that we did was we went around asking people for money. And one of the first places that we came was here to the Central New York Community Foundation. Peg Ogden, who was the executive director at the time, we came to her and said, listen, we need money for uniforms. And throughout the years that we were down at Kirk Park for 20 years, we often came to Peg and asked for some funding for our children. But really what that led to is 7 years ago, about 6.5 years ago, Carla and I actually started our own donor advised fund here at Central New York Community Foundation. And it's important to us, to Carla and I, because it really goes to who it is that we were raised to be by our parents.
Yes.
And
yes.
What our faith means to us. And that the way that why we are here is not to get things.
Yes.
Because believe me, you know, that new phone that you got, that new car that you got, you know, rust is gonna eat, the moth is gonna eat, somebody's gonna steal it, it ain't gonna be worth nothing in 5 years. But really it's what matters is what we do for one another.
Yes, yes, yes.
And so as we believe that as the Lord gives us, the way for us to receive is to have our hand out. For us to receive more is for us to be that vehicle to give.
Yes, yes.
So that's why as we give and we establish this fund, and as we've done other things, we don't do it for notoriety because that's the last thing we want. We do it because we know that we're going to be held accountable as stewards to what the Lord has given us.
Yes.
And so the importance of this fund is we all know the need, and as Melanie has said, you know, the data supports funds as this. You don't have to be the owner of a business. You don't have to be a millionaire or a thousandaire. All you have to do is have a willing heart and give.
Yes.
And that doesn't just mean your money. What's often more important than your money is you and your time.
Yes.
Yes.
So as you go out, as the time that you consider what to do here in the future, and the funds that are available through the Central New York Community Foundation, think about folks that you're going to help that you know, but more importantly, the legacy that you're going to lead and leave for those that you will help after you're gone.
Yes.
Because it's appointed to each of us that one day we're not going to be here anymore. And what we do for one another is what matters.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate those words. So we're going to move things along. Next, I want to bring up to the microphone a young lady who's been making moves in the community for quite some time. She is also a former grant recipient. Now we call our partner grantees. All right, Miss Eden Strong.
Thank you for pronouncing my name correctly. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you all. I'm so grateful to be here. I asked Sorrel to share a little bit about my experience because the Community Foundation has been instrumental in growing Black Girls Will Get Love, Inc. I had the opportunity to participate in the leadership classroom it feels like a couple years ago, but it was actually just last year. And that opportunity was just fundamental in just learning what leadership looks like in a nonprofit space. And the funds that we received from that helped us with our 2023 film training program. And then we were able to also be funded this year for our 2024 film training program. And the reach was incredible. Literally, kids were coming from across the country, from 10 different states to Syracuse to participate. And I just really have to give just that honor and appreciation for those who believed in us before we had our legs. I have a video, and I don't know if it will come up, but so we can try it. But the girls in our program are focused on showing what the Black Girl Coming of Age experience is like. The Black Girls Don't Get Love book is talking about microaggressions, talking about Black girls' experiences trying to come of age in a world that doesn't see them as girls. And with that, we're trying to empower our trainees to tell their own stories and to learn how to do so at an industry standard level so that they will be able to compete on a national scale. And so this is one of the projects that they made. Hopefully we'll play, but if not, kind of get the point.
Go Black girl, go Black girl, go! Go Black girl, go Black girl, go! Go Black girl, go Black girl, go! Go Black girl, go!
We march to the beat of our own drum.
We lean on each other.
We give ourselves love, even when the world doesn't, because we deserve it. The world may try to tell us otherwise, but every coil, every kink, every curl is beautiful just the way it is.
We slay in all the ways. From braids to cornrows, or out in a fro, or wash and go.
They may try to jack our features and our style, but remember, girl, we are the blueprint.
Black girls are the standard and set the trends. We've already been blessed with what they're searching for. In our skin, we win.
When Black girls get together, magic happens.
We lift each other up. Don't let each other tilt our crowns. Sisterhood and solidarity, rooted in the community. And that makes us feel
seen, heard, loved,
beautiful,
unique. Because of the way we dress,
the way we move, the way we laugh is golden. So all we can say is,
go Black girl, go Black girl, go! Go Black girl, go Black girl, go! Go Black girl, go Black girl, go!
Thank you so much. If you would like to get in contact with us, blackgirlsdon'tgetlove.com has my information. So thank you all.
Thank you, Eden. So we're going to keep this party going. I do appreciate you all being patient as we're experiencing these technical issues. But that was a wonderful program, and thank you for presenting that and sharing with us. Yeah. Next up, last but certainly not least, this brother is from the Good Life Youth Foundation. He's been a grant recipient. He's been somebody we leaned on for advice about the work that we've been doing. He's all the things, and he'll explain a little bit more about some of the connections that he's made, the work that he's been doing connected to this particular fund. My brother, Hassan Stevens.
Hey everybody, so I'm going to try, hopefully the technical difficulties don't persist. I named this The Seed Becomes a Rose That Grew in Concrete. Obviously, we're about hip hop, and if you know Tupac, The Rose That Grew in Concrete. But I said the seed because I have a long-lasting relationship with the Central New York Community Foundation. I'm one of the co-facilitators of the leadership classroom that Eden was talking about. And also, the foundation has a very, The foundation has a very long history of being the seed and planting that seed, right? So even from the first time that we started our organization, being able to contribute and give dollars that then grow into something else. And I think it's about what you do with the funding. I've been there where the foundation has said no. No, and here's what you need to do to come back and get it. So they're very good about that, and we have done that. So not only through the funding, but you've taught us how to actually just be better and have a standard in terms of nonprofit. So I'm gonna push through this. So we got the Black Equity and Excellence Grant for a workforce and enterprise coach, which then translated into, so we failed at that, right? It was an idea, but we went to HHPA program manager. HHPA stands for Hip Hoppreneurship Academy. We're about the marriage between hip hop and entrepreneurship. So I just wanted to give you guys a couple of highlights. 2020, about the time that Black Equity and Excellence started, we started doing this program. We applied the first year, we got turned down. I'm gonna tell you about that note, right? Second year, we applied, and that's just byproduct of there being so many great ideas, but we didn't quit, and so next year, we got it. And so, real quick about the Hip Hoppreneurship Academy, we do a summer boot camp, which we're doing right now. We have close to 100 youth. We're teaching them about entrepreneurship during the day, in the morning, and then they branch out between over 6 different lanes, entrepreneurial lanes. During the year, we do 10 workshops that span from music production to just general entrepreneurship, learning about fashion and networking. And then we have a pitch competition where we give away a minimum of $10,000 every year. So when you talk about Black Equity and Excellence, being access to dollars for a population that historically doesn't have that access, we're continuing to provide access for a younger population that doesn't have access to these dollars, right? And so I'm gonna breeze through this, but the program outcomes are increased exposure and interest in entrepreneurship, increased access to employment and career opportunities, increased income and access to capital, increased exposure to Black and brown entrepreneurs, and increase in soft and entrepreneurial skill sets, right? And that was partially because of the original grant that we got from the Black Equity and Excellence Fund. Right? So here you'll see where we got the support and we're able to secure funding, and so we're now in our 23, which was last year, and we're trying to maintain that funding right now. But I want to show you just some of the quick outcomes. So I'm here to tell you, number one, if it's going to persist, I'm just going to narrate and move forward with it. But I want you guys to at least see some imagery, because I want you to see the beautiful Black faces that are coming together and learning. So you forget the audio. We don't even need the audio, right? But talking about engaging people with hip-hop, the culture that they resonate with the most, and learning how to be self-sustainable is going to be really, really key. So quickly, we have, these are our boot camp flyers that we've done over the past couple of years. We do workshops, like I said, fashion, music workshops. We have the pitch competitions. We've partnered with Keenan Center and Lemoyne College, right? And I'll talk to you quickly about that. And so now you want to know, here's my thing. We can give out money, but people give money to outcomes. They want to see the return. I always talk in TLC about return on investment in the business world. Well, SROI is the social return on investment in our world, right? And so that's what Black Equity and Excellence is doing, but that's what we're also doing as an agency. So we in the boot camp alone have served over 300 youth individually, but some of these youth are returning year after year, so they're getting multiple year engagement and connection. We had 6 entrepreneurial lanes, as you see, fashion, STEM. So STEM is the one we do with Keenan Center. We have young Black and brown kids learning how to put together drones, robots. They did 3D printing, and we're exposing them to a lane that they often are not exposed to. Music production, lawn care cosmetology, and content creation, right? And so we have given out a total earned income of a little over $200,000 to youth. So think about that. So with the help of multiple partners, and we have multiple partners that are contributing, these kids are getting paid to learn about this stuff, right? We have given out over $69,000 in startup capital for businesses to youth. We helped start 20 plus youth businesses were born out of our program. And that number is actually low because we just had another series of youth that are starting fashion with us right now. As far as some of our employment partners, the original grant from Black Equity and Excellence was to support a position that fostered a partnership with MACI, the Manufacturing Association for Central New York. We had 2 people employed. Sadly, one of the things we learned is that it's not just about our boys and girls acclimating to the work environment, it's about corporations acclimating to them. And so we're going to go back and work on that, but it didn't pan out the way we wanted to. We moved on and we started employing them ourselves, and so we've employed over 400 plus with the summer programs and other positions that they've gotten in this program. And then we recently started a partnership with Wegmans, and we have about 10 youth that were employed from there. We're continuing. So we're one of 2 organizations that were partnered with Wegmans to do this. So you see how the seed has grown, right? And then real quick, the future of the program is we're doing a partnership with Keenan right now called the Pathways Program. And the Pathways Program is a 12-week program where we are doing project-based learning project-based learning for our youth and really trying to show them how they can get into the STEM and tech field. I had a slide, if it does come back on, that I wanted to just shout, no, it's all right. If it's not going to work, we can get by it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. By the way, only in a room like this, they don't really provide a soundtrack for that, right? Can't stay on beat, right? That was the part. It was like, all right. So, anyway, we're going to get past it. The one thing I wanted to say is actually, oh, there we go. Hi. Hey. Yeah. So I wanted to shout out to Ratu because Ratu was a position that you guys supported, right? And she is now here at the Central New York Community Foundation. And I know she didn't think I was going to have her in a presentation, but we're going to be forever grateful for the position that they helped support to create an opportunity for you to have such impact within our program and our organization. And I wanted to shout her out. All right. So here's the last thing. The Community Foundation keeps giving, right? It keeps on giving. So I had the whole program staff come to our building. We have a new building, which, by the way, I'm inviting everybody. You really have to come see what we've done. We've designed the building with youth in mind, right? Which is not something that normally happens, right? But the building is beautiful from the artwork to the graffiti. I don't need that. Y'all know I don't need that. From the artwork to the graffiti, everything that's in there. We have VR, virtual reality section. We have a barbershop. We just added, Frank. A barbershop because our kids need cuts to maintain. We got a full service studio. You just got to come to the building and check it out and look at the work that we're doing. But they came and they saw what was going on. And they walked out again with and then I got a call from Kiana, and I love Kiana. Where's Kiana? I got a call from Kiana like, hey, we're about to give you $50,000 for it. So thank you guys always for being that seed for us to turn into a rose. We've already raised close to $200,000 for the sustainability of the program, and we got a little more to go, but we're going to keep moving with the program and doing it. So that's my time. Appreciate it.
Folks, once again, thank you all for being patient with our technical difficulties, but that, I believe we've reached the end of our evening, but we do want to give a special shout out. These here are our advisory council members that are terming off after 4 years of service. Please give them a round of applause. Quick reminder, please make sure that you take swag on the way out. If you haven't already grabbed your swag bag, please do that. I think there may be a few of those cocoa candles left. Grab that on your way out as well. And grab some food, most importantly on your way out. There are to-go containers. But before we say goodnight, I do want to acknowledge the fact that someone's got a birthday coming up in a couple of days. So if we could just sing a quick happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. so. All right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So final words from Melody real quick. Thank you all for coming out.
That are denied many. So I'm celebrating, and thank you for helping me launch and celebrate that. And to Black girls everywhere, go Black girls. To my Black brothers, go Black guys. To all of my friends, my Latinas, my Latinos, to my indigenous brothers and sisters, to my Asian brothers and sisters, to my LGBTQIA plus brothers and sisters, to my white brothers and sisters, to all of you. I honor and lift you and thank you for tonight. This is, we're going to throw up the QR code. And look, the QR code is on your badges, it's on your candles, it's going to be on the screen. Because remember, everyone is a philanthropist. But before we close, come here, little guy. Kenzo. This is my grandson. And I want my family to come stand because I need you all to see my why. When you see my family, I want you to look in their faces, and I want you to see your family. Because, like Brother Mark said, it is about what we do to lift all people in this community. And so when y'all see Kenzo, you see the young people that Hassan is working for, right? You see your children and your grandchildren, your nieces and your nephews. So I just ask y'all to go on this journey with all of us here at the Community Foundation. And y'all, let's keep making an impact, because this right here, this little guy right here, he's my why, and I hope he's yours too. Thank you, everyone.
Celebrate, we should celebrate, celebrate. We should celebrate, celebrate.
My twins was affected with lead poisoning back in 2018, 2019, somewhere around there. You don't know how hard it is to sit back and watch your kids kind of deteriorate in front of your eyes.
This lead issue is a social and economic and environmental injustice.
We can end lead poisoning. It's just up to us to take action.
Lead Safe CNY is using participatory budgeting to engage the community in making decisions about how to spend $150,000 to increase the number of children who get screened for lead poisoning.
The greatest success comes when the community is activated.
There were some very heated discussions. This is an issue that people are very passionate about.
This was an opportunity for community members to share. The Community Foundation opened up an RFP to local nonprofit organizations that already have presence and stake in the community. So essentially, community members were voting amongst programs that they already work with and already know.
With 181 votes.
This is just the tip of the iceberg. We're just getting the work started. We did phase A, now we're phase B. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next.